One more time. We back again, family. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We got another good show tonight. We got our next generation conversations. What we're going to do tonight, of course, we're going to prelude into the Wednesday show. I'm going to give a little bit of a prelude from where we're going to start tonight, and it's going to lead into Wednesday show to kind of give you a brief overview of what we're going to be talking about. So I did post some things on Facebook. I posted something. I usually will post something that will prelude us into the show for Wednesday. So what I did there, I put most of our relationships struggle. I said, do our relationships struggle because we're unaware or because we're misunderstanding our partner? So, you know, we got some comments on those, and I looked at it. I picked one or the other, but I know that for sure it's both, because when we do the forums, because when we take the phone calls, because when we talk to people, we get both of them. It's usually being unaware and also misunderstood. Hey, Rand, what's going on, big guy? So when I say, are we unaware? When I say unaware, we all have a family member. We all have a spouse or had a spouse. Somebody who totally couldn't see it. They didn't get it. They filter didn't pick it up, or they extracted it. So everybody in the family or everybody in the house could know that this one person is going through this thing or this thing is happening. But that one individual is unaware. They don't get it and don't know that it exists. Maybe he or she is drinking too much. Maybe they are too loud. Maybe they're obnoxious. Maybe they don't care about other people's space, personal space. Those type of things. So if you are unaware, it's just things that you cannot see. We all do it. We all go through it. I think that we all are unaware of something, but you cannot fix something that you don't know is happening. So a lot of times, if you really want to do that elevation, you want to do that self-check, you want to be accountable, ask some people close to you. If you want to be thorough, you can go to your job and you can ask people because they know you from a different vantage point on the job. Then you can go to Tim. What's up, Tim? Hey, I got to get at you, man. I've been really meaning to reach out, Tim. I'm finna give you a call, man. I got to get with you and get your number, big fella. Hey, good looking out. So what you want to do is you can go to your job. You can also, because they have a different vantage point from your family. Your family know you in a deeper, more connected perspective. But sometimes the closer you are to something, the more blurry it can become to you. Sometimes you have to step away from afar to get a better view of what you're seeing. So when we say, are you unaware? If you want to be aware, you have to ask several different sources so that you can make sure that you're getting a proper understanding from different vantage points. Because if you just ask your close friends, of course they may pacify the situation. They may tell you something you want to hear most of the time. If you're talking to family, they may tell you something that you want to hear most of the time. Sometimes you may need to go to a stranger, somebody that doesn't even know you at all, to get the best perspective of you that you need. But what you do is you take all of those different opinions and all those perspectives and you combine them and put them together and get the common ground, the generalities that you see from all of those statements and comments. So now that was the unaware part. So when we misunderstand it, a lot of times we misunderstand because of our perception and our reality, our culture and our background, our experiences, our triggers, our traumas, our inhibitions, insecurities, a lot of things that we have going on with us personally on the inside that keeps us misunderstanding our partner or could keep us misunderstanding our family. So what you want to do again is we want that accountability piece. We want to make sure that we're being accountable because 85% of the things that happen to us, we put ourselves in that situation. So we want to go ahead and put that out there. So that's going to be for the Wednesday show. So we're going to move on to our next generation conversations. And we have the most beautiful Iman with us tonight. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Everybody's good.
Angie's here.
Hey, what's going on? We got, okay, Angie, hey, what's going on? What's going on, Angie? Yeah. Oh, okay, wait, what's that? She's saying...
Oh, no, she's telling you who's here?
Tim Chrysler,
Kevin
okay,
here,
got you.
And
KFG Gooch
is here.
Kev, what's going on? Okay, so go ahead and tell your...
Condolences to the Bryant family. As a daughter, I literally have no words. Everybody's seen all this stuff on social media, the post about him, pictures of him and his daughter. The most striking comment that I saw on social media was Kobe Bryant died twice yesterday. One, him physically, and then him seeing his daughter and not being able to do anything and protect her in that moment. And I was like, oh. that got me. And I text my dad. It was like an appreciation text because, you know, like little things like that remind you that life is too short.
Oh yeah.
So I think we should start focusing more on letting people, intentionally letting people know in our lives that you're important and the role that you have in our lives, and then show that appreciation, because you just never know, that might be the last time, or you might not get another chance to do that.
That's right.
So yeah, that's my piece. I think that's so sad.
You know, for the fathers with daughters, you know, we'd rather cut off both our arms and a leg, you know, before we could see something even hurt our daughter, let alone her die. You know, it just, what I always try to do with my family and especially with my daughters is let them know how, you know, just the small moments, just give me this hug. Like y'all seen the other shows when I say, hey, just give dad a hug. I just want my baby back. You know, just sometimes I just want to get a hug and she'll leave frustrated and she had the world on her shoulders and whatnot. But I just want to know, hey, when you come home, you know, this is where you have peace. This is where you can come home and feel safe. This is where you can come home and take it easy, you know. But, you know, like she was saying, we do take it for granted a lot of times. We all do it. But that just really brought it on home yesterday, and I couldn't imagine, like just a wife, you know, what her and the other kids are left with. That, I mean, you know, and then with it being so public, you know, out in the open like that, you don't get to mourn, because now you got press, you got, you know, the agents coming and all these other people with these interests, you know, because he was such a phenomenal basketball player. He was bigger than basketball. He turned into an icon, you know, in the community, you know, and then doing that stuff with his daughter. It was
on the way to her game.
Yeah, right. He was taking her to her game. Yeah, so they was coming from another location. There was also peace and prayers and blessings to the other families that was in there, because there was some other people in there. You know, and then it's so political, they're not talking about that. So, hey, you know, reaching out to them as well, because there's no life is more important than somebody else's. It's not about him being a celebrity. You know, it's really not what it was about. But because he was visual is why we know his story. You know, but blessings to the other families that had people that was in the crash as well.
Another piece for the next generation, because of technology, his family found out through social media that you right. But see, I was telling you that you could go viral and don't even know it. That's what I was saying on the other next generation conversations. Like, you could go somewhere and don't even know that you busting the internet, you know. That's crazy. You don't want to ever do that, you know. That's hard. Like, you open an app, you find out your parent died or your family died before any. Hey, Mercedes. Hey, beautiful. And yeah, like you know, like that's.
Gene, what's going on, big guy?
Yeah, he said death is supposed to teach us to appreciate time.
That's right.
I like how you put that.
Absolutely.
That's right. It's tough. That's tough. You know, like, you don't even. It's so disconnected at this point. Like now you're literally seeing, your parent or your cousin or your uncle death on social media. Like, nobody picked up the phone. No. Hey, Somalia. Hey, girl.
Hey, Molly, what's going on?
What's up, Jason? Like, it's not. I'm not saying it's less touching, but it kind of takes the heartstring away in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't hear those words, you're seeing it repeatedly. Yeah. You know, and for it to happen so rapid, you don't really have time to digest it. And everybody blowing your phone up. You okay? You all right? Where they at? You okay? Like, you don't even have time to process what you just read, the picture you just saw, somebody's words that they shared on their post. So it's just, you know. And
there was another bad piece, though, because it was somebody, I don't want to misquote it, but it was a major news broadcast, and somebody was speaking negatively on it, you know. And that's, you know, some stuff, man, you got to just back up, man. It's too much. You know, it's, because if it was your family, you know, you wouldn't want nobody to do that. Yeah. Give the people time, but it's all about money. Everybody's just feeding the machine. Everybody's just trying to be the first, the best, you know, to get it. Yeah. Let the family, man, if it was your family, however you would want that to be handled, you need to proceed the same way. Mm-hmm. You know, do it with respect. Take your time. Give the family a minute. Let them breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Mark McLean is here.
Oh, Mark, what's going on? Grew up with Mark. Yeah. Back on, yes, back in the day. So, yeah, we want to do that. And that was really personal with us, because we do this next generation conversation, the father-daughter thing. So of course, that bond is there. We do understand it. So yeah, peace, prayers, and blessings to the family, man.
I really don't know how I react.
Yeah, that's a
and
lot.
I was thinking about that all Sunday, and I was like, you know how you say you're gonna act a certain way,
right?
If you get robbed, I'm gonna stand my ground, or I'm a foe. You just never know. Yeah, honestly, right. Especially with social media, I don't know how I would handle that. Just because I kind of do bottle my emotions up, I don't know when I would be able to fully process it. Like, when would it hit me? You know how, like, some people have a delayed death radar, I'm gonna say. Like, you can hear somebody passes away, but then, like, the next 2 weeks, then it actually, like, hits you, like, oh, they're no longer here. That type of thing. It
could really be a year or two later before it actually hits you. The mourning process is so rigorous.
There's no set time.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Because it's a lot of the stuff is subconscious. Yeah. You know, it's not a conscious thing that you're thinking about. Because, you know, when your granddad passed, Granddaddy Jimmy, when he passed away, I drove to his house. I drove 30 minutes to his house. I came back in town. I moved away to Alabama, and I came back in town. Went home to Detroit, and I drove to his house, and I pulled up, and I said, he ain't here. I literally drove 30 minutes, and he was gone. Like, that's how your mind do.
Yeah.
So you can't say what you will and will not do, you know, when you get into them situations. So it's a lot. It's a lot going on with that. Phil, what's going on? We got to, that's going to, okay, wait, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we had our men's meeting yesterday. The brothers was there. I got to say, I grew, I elevated myself yesterday. You know, we have our men's meetings. We hold our forums. So the research comes from the meetings that we have. That's how we get our research, from our meetings, our men's meetings and our forums. And we had some brothers there yesterday, man, and it's good to be able to let the brothers let it go, relax, you know, let it out there, you know, kick back, don't be judged, you know what I mean? And I grew from yesterday, and there was some positive masculine discord, right? Like that barbershop thing, but it was positive at the end of the day. So it's good to be able to disagree with the brother, you know, go hard and then come back, and then it's still all good, you know. So we did that yesterday. So you know, those men's meetings are very, very powerful. So it's some of the people that's chiming in, they were there. You know, they know what it is. They know how we do it. So I would appreciate them brothers for coming out every time. And all the stuff that you bring to the table is being received, is understood. Please understand, we don't take it lightly. We do not. So yeah, man, that's big. Yeah, that's big.
We got Tish here and Shay.
Oh, Tish is here. Tish in the house. Shay. Oh, what's up? What's going on, ladies? Hey, what's happening?
Yeah. We're glad y'all had a good time.
Yeah, it's always it's a good elevation. It's always a good. But so what one of the brothers did, he suggested that we just tape it raw and uncut. Now that's what I've been trying to do. So unfortunately, y'all, usually this is how deep this is. There's always a death surrounding the men's meetings, some kind of way. So like I had the last 3 prior to the one yesterday. I tried to do it and I was going to tape it, but we had people who were maybe attempting to do something to themselves, and we had to handle that. So we had to reschedule or change the energy or direction of what we were doing, or I had to go to where they were, you know, and then reschedule the meeting. So a lot of times it's because men are not letting this stuff out. They're not letting it go. So we need to make sure, what's that, what he said?
Phil said had a ball real talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Phil, he was there. You know, he was in the house. Okay. And so what Phil bringing to the table is that honesty, that good and bad, but it's just what it is. He not hiding it. He ain't sugarcoating it. If it's bad, it's bad. Some things in life is bad, and some things is good. And this is what we got to respect, especially as men. You know, and in our relationships, what's real is real. And you can't sugarcoat it, because you're going to find out at the end or the beginning. You're going to find out sooner or later what it is. So it's best to just put it on the table right now. So, hey, Phil, thanks for being there, bro. Thank you for all that input. Yeah, everything that you did say was received, bro. No doubt. Yeah, okay, so we can go ahead and get into it if you want to. Yeah. So we're going to get into the next generation conversations, y'all. So we got a couple of questions. So let's see. Just a few. All right.
I don't know if you guys can't see, but the next generation, he writes his down.
That's it. And see,
mine are on my
it's iPhone. Social media. Because, you know, they slow. So, you know, y'all, they can't write. They illiterate. So, yeah, that's what we got to do, right?
I can very well still write in cursive. I can write on the paper right now in cursive.
No skin.
Would you like to test this theory?
She can't spell. She can't spell.
Okay.
She needs spell check. Okay.
Mr. Phil said, hey, man going to speak it come on, I'm there. There you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Londa. Hey,
Londa, what's going on? Yeah, so we went over that. I want to say we are. Let me see. Let me go. I'm gonna start off light.
Oh Lordy.
Let's do. Go ahead.
For the people watching, has anybody tried the word association with their family yet? I would like to hear.
Oh yeah, from the last generation conversation.
I would like to see how that
Did
went.
anybody try?
Yeah, that would be cool to know.
Okay, so we had our good old days when we were young, my generation.
Okay.
When I look back at the fashion, the slang, and the music, some of it seems silly and some of it seems priceless. What about your fashion, music, and slang do you think might be silly and what might be priceless? What do you think?
Oh, silly.
Yeah, and priceless. As far as your music, your fashion, and the slang. Like when you get older, because y'all gonna be the elders.
I'm gonna think that the waist trainers were silly.
You're gonna think that? Okay.
That the ladies are doing.
All right.
Some of the dances that we do are silly.
Give us specific. Get some.
Hey, Uncle John.
Jay, what's happening?
I can't even tell you because I don't know them. I see people doing them. I just don't know what they're called. Like little, like that. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna be able to do this when we're 50. Like this is gonna be like a.
Your shoulders and your elbows gonna be stiff.
We're gonna be doing one of those.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing it a lot slower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. That's all. Yeah.
And what was the other one? What is it?
Okay, so you got fashion, music, and slang. Like the verbiage y'all using, like IDK. Like, I don't know what the acronyms would be.
I think, well, fashion that the dance moves, IDK, LOL, On My Way, OMW. Mm-hmm. Like when we're older, we're gonna be like OMW.
Right. Oh, what?
On My Wind, like it's chopped and screwed dance moves. Mercedes said chopped that. Okay,
that's a thing.
It is.
All right.
Let me see. Honestly, just
what? So
the way that we're wearing designers.
Okay.
Is a little ridiculous.
Well, so why you saying it?
Like grown males.
Right.
Wearing those really tight skinny jeans and with the bedazzled, and it's a lot.
I think when they do get into their 50s, they're going to look back and laugh at those pictures. They're going to say, wow, yeah. Probably wasn't the best look. When they get 50, we'll have to see. It will be interesting. That's why I asked the question. Right. Put that out. Because like
the makeup. Are you saying we're going to find that?
Oh yeah, Molly. Is the makeup going to be good, bad? Is it going to seem silly, or is it going to seem like it was priceless? Yeah. So that was the question.
Kevin said fashion repeats itself. This is true.
Absolutely. No doubt.
I think
that's it, kid.
Yeah. What will be priceless is how we're connecting with so many different people. Like, I follow 2 or 3 different ladies on Instagram that their names is Iman, and we've had conversations and I never would have got that. So I can have those memories with them, learning from someone in Africa, never meet them. Talking to someone in Italy, never meeting them. Stuff like that. I think those are the priceless things that our generation has. So, and also the way we sample you guys' generation's music.
Oh yeah.
And then apply it to ours. Like,
how many people know that you actually sampling it though? Do they really know?
Well, the real ones know.
Okay.
We know. Like Tory Lanez, gotta give it to him. The way he samples music and then applies it to our ears, because our ears are different. It is a thing now. We're starting to go back to y'all's R&B. So Somalia said, I think we're gonna realize we're overdoing it.
Oh, okay.
Too much makeup.
Yeah, Mama. Yeah, that's a lot.
I've noticed. Yeah. Okay. And then Timothy said, we was only 6 houses away. Priceless family.
Oh yeah. Hey, the Chryslers, man. Hey, Tim. See, the thing that got me, man. I saw Mom, man. I saw that post, And I said, I didn't post nothing. I was typing, I typed 5 times and I said, I'm gonna reach out and call him. Because it was more to me than just a post. You know that, man. I remember Dave, man, throwing that baseball at the porch, man, while we was playing football. His brother Dave really never played football with us, because we used to play touch football in the street, no tackle on the grass. So his brother was a pitcher. And, you know, Tim's brother used to always throw that ball, man. So we used to joke him all the time, man. You know, but it was, that stuff was priceless, man. Lived 6 doors down. Tim, I'd say there was 5. Tim, was it 6 houses? I can't even count them no more. Okay, that's what's up.
Cousin Dwayne King is here.
Oh, D, what's going on?
So yeah.
Shout out to Cuz. Hey, get better soon, man. Make it happen, big fella. We gonna give you a holler. You know, when we get out the air, we give you a shout.
Absolutely. Okay, go ahead. But obviously, there's more stuff. That's just kind of the first thing that popped in my head. Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so you did the
fashion.
You did the fashion. You did the music, and you did the slime. So you covered that. Okay. All right. So let's see. What are some things that you think your generation could correct to keep your children from some of the major problems that you all have in your generation? So what are some things you could do to keep your children, the next generation, from having the major problems that you have? Some of them. Major.
Control their social media intake.
Oh, okay. Oh man, yeah. Woo.
On a daily basis.
Woo. That should be like a thing in school, like a 4-hour, it's like whatever number, but somebody should come up with a study or something on that. Yeah. That'd be big.
I think more like financial classes. Tactical classes. You know, like therapy.
Molly, you stupid.
No, this is true.
No, I was just saying. She's right.
Yes, this and that, and I was just about to better financial literacy.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Molly, I was about to say, actually letting our children be able to effectively communicate what they're going through. Because I think still a little bit of my generation, we were shut down. You know, I think some of our creatives were lost to like the gangs, of the hard life. You know what I'm saying? Like because that's what was glorified, and nobody actually sat down and talked to them and said, "Hey, you have an out. Let's try to utilize that out. Let's find different avenues that you can be able, you know, to be a creative and actually, what word am I looking for? Develop and pursue whatever that is you wanted to do." So yes.
So
more tactical things. Like,
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Like mechanical things.
Oh yeah. That's
check engine light.
Yes.
There are some females out here that are just like, all right, just pulling the AutoZone. And like, no, sis, you should be able to, you know, kind of like, hey, my car has been riding different. You know what I'm saying? Like the actual thought process instead of, we're so popcorn. It's like, oh, I have a problem.
Microwave.
Right.
Bing, yeah.
Yeah. Kevin said, yes, sir, very limited emotional intelligence.
Oh, okay.
Very limited emotional intelligence.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now that, yeah. So, I'm wondering one day if we could get that guy to come onto the show.
You know, all that school.
I don't like him.
All that school
myself
he
personally,
did.
I don't like him.
Maybe he can share our knowledge with us. You get paid for it. You might as well.
I don't mess with Kev. I don't like him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So now, with that, I like what Molly said. That therapy piece. Because people think when we say therapy, you stretching out on this couch.
Yeah.
Like therapy could just be a group of people having one mind, just coming with one thought, trying to move in one direction. Like that's therapy. It's not like this, you know, you need to have a doctor or something like that. Sometimes, you know, back in the day, we didn't have therapists. You had big mama, granddaddy, grandmama. You had your parents. You know, you had your friends.
I think that was considered therapy.
It was. I'm telling you that. The barbershop and the hair salon was so. This is why we here right now, because of that culture, those cultures, and it's so. We get all walks of life. We get the politician, we get the preacher, we get the street walker, we get the homeless, we get the rich people, the middle class, blue collar. Everybody come through the hair salon and barbershop, and that's where the questions and the research came from. So that's why we say take it to the barbershop, take it to the hair salon, because everybody goes through those phases. Now I don't know of many professions that touch everybody. that touch all. There's nobody working that hasn't been to the barbershop or the hair salon. It just doesn't work like that. So you have been through those doors, even if you didn't get a haircut or get your hair done. You went with somebody. Right. So yeah, that's where this stuff comes from.
Kevin says soon that he'll be on the show.
Yeah, I don't believe him. Yeah, no, you're not.
You've had the show for a while, sir.
He's not gonna do it.
You've had contact.
Look, man.
I know. Could pull up. Literally could pull up during the show.
He know. We can't hide from this dude. Like, if we tried to get away from him, we couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. That's how close he is to it. So we really joking. I know he laughing. He know what it is. He know it ain't nothing but love. So yeah.
And Somalia said, absolutely. That's a big tip.
Monty, that was big though. Because we need to figure out how to do this especially the generations coming up. We need to replace this with something. Because that emotional intelligence, like Kev was saying, is that people too sensitive. He said
he's on the way.
Yeah, whatever.
Sir,
whatever.
6:30.
Whatever. But no, he's not. He's just doing that. He's not. No, he's not.
So, but see, he's also using slang. See?
He's what he do?
OT dubs.
Oh, that's on the way.
On the way.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was good. Molly, that was hot though. That was hot, Molly. All right. So I'm trying to see what I'm doing.
Also, my generation, we're starting to get numb.
Yep. Okay.
We're being
Me and Phil were talking about that. We were talking about that yesterday.
We'll see something on social media and we'll be like, oh, okay. Swipe. Click out. Clear your screens. Or, I'm going to do this. And our mind is going. And one day I did it. Because I lost my train of thought like 3 different times. And I was like, okay.
There's too much processing.
It's a lot.
Too much going in. Too much input.
Just
not enough output.
Yes.
Too much input. Y'all got
to
balance, y'all.
So it doesn't help.
Balance.
It doesn't help.
If you go in,
that doesn't help.
You got to come out.
Okay.
If you go in, you got to come out. All right. So we back to the time machine. Back to the time machine. So you back in the time machine again.
Okay. I like time machines.
If you can go back to 2 important times in your life, what would they be? And then what changes do you think will come from you going back there? So what 2 times would you go back to? Anytime in your life?
In my
childhood? Yes. No. Okay, wait. Yes. In your childhood, yes.
Okay.
And I got another question to go with that. Yes.
I would go back to prom.
Okay. What would you do there?
I was selfish. Hey, Kevin. Cousin Kevin Jordan.
Kev, what's going on, cousin?
I can't even really... I think I was still in that space as a teenager where I just had this attitude. If it didn't look like how I wanted it to look, it wasn't happening in my mind. So my dad at the time, I remember specifically being on a dance floor and not like making a scene, but everybody knew we were a thing, but it didn't really look like we were a thing. So I think that was a real big transition moment for me.
Y'all had some discord that day?
Just a little bit.
Because y'all was pretty tight.
We were. Yeah. And I think some information was laid on me before
you were unaware
that I did
and then
not
you were
like.
Aware. Okay.
And so it kind of messed me up. Right. So I would change that. I would be more loving. Like I would, in that moment, I would not want him to feel rejected. Because now that I'm looking back on it, if, me telling him, I love you, we're together, we're a thing, but then like on one of the most important nights of both of our lives, I kind of jacked it. And I take responsibility for being that toxic person. Because that was a lot. I thought about it. I was like, oh, that was a lot.
Yeah, that night. Because that's big.
Yes.
Because my prom night was, kind of tested. And I had 4 prom nights, y'all.
I wonder why.
Not mine, just...
I wonder why.
Well, because I was a nice guy. People didn't have nobody. I hung out with them.
I'm a nice guy.
I was cool with everybody.
I'm a nice guy.
I was cool.
So could I have gone to 4 proms?
I wouldn't pay for it. No. I mean, that would have been on you. Yeah.
Y'all know it's different.
Yeah. You would have had to pay for that.
If a girl goes to 4 different proms, you know what that looks like, ladies.
Yes, but
see, they can do that.
But it depends on if I knew.
And he's being a
so
good
let's say
I couldn't be a good friend.
Let's say Amir.
Right. Mercedes said, "LOL, I was a nice guy." I like that.
Real, what's going on? So, but you know, like let's say it was Amir across the street. You know that was my dude. You know I loved him.
Muhammad.
Muhammad. If it was him across the street, that was my dude. And if he would,
that's a special case.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there you go.
But if it was some people that I was like, yeah, Dad, you know, we kind of kicking it. I'm gonna go to his prom.
Oh no.
Next year I'm going to his prom. It would be different.
I wasn't kicking it with these young ladies. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't. I knew them.
Wasn't kicking it.
I was not. I wasn't. No.
Alright.
I want to call their name, but matter of fact, because if they ever see it, they need to reach out to me.
Thank
we
you,
can
Sadie's.
do a thing on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we was talking about the two. That's one. So that's one time machine travel. So you got two.
So my second time machine.
Yeah, you would go back to.
That's a good question. Come back to that one. The second one I can't.
I got you. Alright. How about just throwing something out there? First day of high school, first day of Western Kentucky. No.
Oh no. Excuse me, guys. My first day of Western Kentucky should have happened.
Should have.
Everything that I felt.
Do you remember what happened to me?
Yeah, my dad sliced his hand open.
It was like, so she had the refrigerator, right? And you know, I'm carrying it up on what floor were you on?
I was on the 4th floor.
Fellas.
No elevator.
4th floor.
No elevator.
With a refrigerator, just me, right? So you know the little iron sheet metal on the bottom of it, right? I'm lifting it, cut my hand like to slice it, just sliced it all like a pizza. I just put some pepperoni on it, I'd have been good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was rough. It was rough. So that day should happen.
Honestly, well, to me, like I'm speaking for after, like when y'all left.
Oh, okay.
What I was dealing with,
right.
I should have felt those feelings. Right. I should have dealt that. But I will go back to the night that I chose to have company when I wasn't supposed to.
Oh, okay. When you was 15, we talked about that on another show.
Yeah, right. I would not have done it. Now.
Okay, y'all. So this is crazy. Like, okay,
hold on. Make it up.
Listen. Hey, Kev, go back, have a seat. I'm gonna get right with you, man, because it's a little weird right now. I got you.
We got it.
This dude is crazy. This dude,
do you see how convenient this is, guys? We cannot make this. Okay, you gotta let him in.
We gotta let him in.
Okay,
I'm gonna let him in. All right. See, come on in.
Now, you see how convenient that is? If we wasn't on air, y'all, he would not have came. I'm telling you, he would not have came. Well, hello. Repping his TSU. That's what I like.
Sit down. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
go sit down, man. Go on around.
Here we go.
See, now I can come over here.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Now. We had our first pull-up, guys.
Yeah.
My generation knows what that means. We had our first pull-up.
So,
hello, Sir Kevin. This is.
So now he came. He shouldn't have did it. Why? Now this is.
You have to call you doctor now?
No.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this guy has been to all of the forums, 90% of the men's forums. He helps me with the research. He gives me a lot of my topics in of the theory side, the education side of what I do. I've been trying to get him on. This is the guy we was talking about, making fun of him. He pulled up. This is how close he lived. But now he should have been on the show. He don't mess with us, so now here we go, y'all.
This is convenient, guys. So convenient.
Yeah. He pulled up on us. We got pulled up on Smooks. He just pulled up.
Okay, so since we have two fellas in the room, then I'll start my questions. So can you guys tell the ladies what it looks like when a boy, a young man, and a man likes you?
Go ahead.
Like the different levels of pursuit or actions.
You take that first.
Take it. So what does it look like when a boy, a young man, and a man likes you?
Yeah.
And the pursuit.
Yes. Now both of these men are fathers.
Yes. And both of us have daughters. Only daughters right now.
Yes, daughters.
Just no boys.
To be specific.
So I would say that as a boy, okay, that's gonna be limited. He's gonna play a lot, he's gonna hit you. When he chase you and hit you, that means he like you. If a little boy don't like you, he ain't gonna mess with you. Like, period. So when he don't pay you no attention, he don't like you. He's not choosing to ignore you. He's not that smart.
Okay.
But when he take your stuff and he pull your hair, he likes you. All right, that's his pursuit.
Okay.
A young man, he's gonna pretty much do the same thing from like let's say 10 to 17, he gonna still play with your hair, he gonna pull your clothes, take your pencil, or mess with your computer or something like that. Send you goofy messages. He gonna smile a lot, say awkward stuff, like stuff that don't apply to the situation. Because his mind is gonna be thinking, what should I say? I really like her. That's what he's gonna be thinking, but he's gonna have something else come out his mouth.
Right.
It's gonna be different from what he really want to say.
Okay.
A man, his pursuit is gonna be very strategic. He's gonna have intent. It's gonna be with purpose, and you're gonna know it. You're gonna know. It's gonna come on strong. You're not gonna be deluded on if he likes you or not. You're gonna know it.
So there's no gray area.
No, not with a man. Okay. No, his pursuit is gonna be clear. So you're gonna know that.
I agree with all that. I think with a boy, you're going to have a high level of inconsistency. Then you're going to have a lot of surface level interest, but it'll never go beyond that. I'm going to give the young man a little bit more than what you get.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to say the young man is going to be consistent. I'm going to say he's going to have some type of strategy, but it's going to be a strategy without wisdom. It's going to be listening to your boys that are.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take
this.
Listen to the record.
There's going to be some intentionality and some consistency, but it's not going to be at the level that it needs to be. And then a man is, I'm going to agree with you 100% on that. You're going to be very strategic, but it's going to be with some wisdom. It's going to be with some insight. It's going to be with a thought process to all of it. How much is it going to cost me to pursue this?
Yes.
How much like all of that's going to be consideration.
Apparently, we're expensive, ladies.
Oh.
Apparently.
Oh, Kev, how much is the average date, Kev? Average date. Just off the top of your head. Average date.
Easy 200.
Okay, so I'm gonna say 125 is usually the general consensus, but it could go to 200 easy. It can happen.
Very fast.
Cause it's not.
Don't let her.
But I'm old school, so I gotta listen. This is the next generation conversation, so I gotta respect what he's saying, cause I ain't out there like that. So
it's bad.
yeah, no, I know you could drop 300 easy.
But I'm also thinking where we at too.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So right, that's right. Yeah, you $30 is before you get out your car. Yeah, no. Nothing you're gonna want to do. It's $30 to get out your car here, y'all. Like when you get out your car, it's $30.
Parking.
So yeah, and that could be for 4 hours if it's event parking. Then you got to come back in another 4 hours with another $30. Yeah, it could be $60.
Okay,
yeah.
That leads me to my next question. How often should a couple go out on a date? Doesn't have to be a financial date.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a concert. It could just be whatever you and your partner consider a date. Like how often should that happen?
I'm gonna say it depends on. I think that's circumstantial because I think that's gonna depend on the couple. Like you might have a couple where both of them are super busy, super focused on one particular thing. Maybe it's work, maybe it's school. I'm gonna say it's depending on the couple. For me, I think in relationships that I've been in, I've been intentional in trying to choose young women that don't have to see dates always as some type of formal thing. So like if we go to Target, we could be walking around Target and not buy a thing. They could be our date because we haven't had the opportunity to see each other, spend time with each other, work, we're in school.
Make it happen.
Going to Target is a date.
Yeah.
Go and get some
popcorn.
I know a
that
lot
could be
of
real.
women that would disagree with that.
Right. Oh no, absolutely.
I was just saying.
I think it's, and let me say, I think it's very important that you have those formal dates.
Right.
You know, like you plan that time.
You
get cute. You go out. You dress up.
You show him what he's working with, ladies.
But I also think us going to walk around Target, spending some time together, you know, that could also be. And I think dating is really a focus on spending that quality time with a person.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now, ladies, now I'm gonna tell you what the research is saying. Now I'm gonna go off into this. The ladies are saying that taking your woman to Target, if both y'all busy, is a good date because if you don't have the time, like you said, and like say they both own a business or they both in school trying to finish up a grad degree or something like that, that is a date. Going to Target, just spending that quality time. Absolutely. You know what I mean? So it depends on how you say how it's structured in the relationship, but they're saying that this works. Now, of course, we know we need to sit down, put on some clothes, go out to a nice spot, and enjoy each other's company. Okay, somebody. So
we got Mr. Pullum is here. Hello. Kiss mode. Sis, I
oh yeah. No doubt.
Sis, I know. And I'm dumb. So I get it. You got any questions?
Yes.
Want to feed off each other?
All right, so we are changing generations. The parents are the children and the children are not the parents. Both generations only change roles but keep their exact mindsets.
Oh, that's trash.
How might that look in a few major ways? So all we changing is roles and positions, but we keeping the same mindset. So the parents are children with the adult mindset, the parent mindset. What are some major things? So the parents have the same.
So my dad would be
same mindset.
So my dad would be.
But I'm just 26 now. I'm her. We swapping.
He would be Dennis Graham, but I would be mine.
You would have
47.
So she's
no. He would still have
my
his
same mindset.
But my age, the ages would change.
So you the parent.
Yes, with her mindset.
It's trash.
What are some major things? So
I don't think it would be as bad as you think.
Okay, go ahead.
Well,
I'm glad you're here, sir.
Thank you.
The reason I don't think it would be as bad because those mindsets have been shaped by the parent.
Absolutely.
So I don't think it would be as bad as we think it would.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to assume the responsibility of that role now. See, so the parents are gonna have to be subservient to the child, and the child is gonna have to guide and direct the parent. That's where the dynamic will come.
I think the biggest disconnect would be how grounded you guys were. We're so output. Y'all will be frustrated. Like, okay, can we just sit down?
I know we'll be hungry. I know that.
That's not true. That's not true.
And let me ask this. Let me pose this question. If that generation was so grounded, why weren't those skills transferred? Why weren't those transferable skills?
Because so what we were trying. That's an excellent. That's why I never liked him, because he always asked very good questions. So the thing about that is, each generation try to give the next generation something they didn't have. So it's superficial and surface. We didn't get to the core. We left the core out. How we was raised. We just give to y'all, but we didn't make y'all earn it. And that's where the disconnect is coming in with that. We didn't make y'all earn it. We just gave it to y'all.
Okay.
We took the process out of it.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is.
But I'm a special case.
How so?
Well, I'm saying, like, the way you brought us up was not how a lot of my generation.
Right. You had more of those.
I had more core substance, like,
absolutely.
The word family.
Yes, it's big.
It's drilled into me, even
right.
though me and my dad had kind of a falling out.
That come with growth
naturally.
process. Yeah, that
Naturally.
come with it. Yeah.
So I think you guys would learn how to. I don't think you guys got to deal with a lot of stuff. You were just told what to do.
Right. Oh yeah.
And there was no question.
No doubt.
So
that was it.
Even if it was wrong, it was like, go in that store, grab me 5 bags of chips. You better come out with 5 bags of chips. Now we like, but wait a minute, that's wrong. Like it's kind of some question behind it. I don't think you guys got to question.
I'll speak on this. My great grandfather. We used to go to the grocery store. He stayed on the corner house, directly across the street with the grocery store, like directly across the street. Was the grocery store, and he used to send us over there to get his beer. Yeah. So back then it was 32 ounces. You couldn't get, nothing bigger than that.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it was 32 ounces.
Lovely.
And so he used to say, go get me a jumbo. So we'd go over there, and he didn't even have to pay. When we went over there as kids, they would just put it in the bag and give it to us, and we didn't give them no money. I'm telling you, this is what it was. Like this, but this was, you couldn't. It wasn't no laws like that back then. We was like 7 and 8 years old.
See, now this is.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
What happened before that for you to be able to do that?
What happened to him or the society?
The situation. Like, they knew y'all was kids.
Right. Oh, yeah. They knew him.
They just... Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so let me. There was a funny kind of respect back in the day. Okay. So people respected the neighborhood. He was a staple in the neighborhood. Everybody knew who he was. Right. So because of that, everybody knew him. The people at the store knew him and had a respect for him. I guess he had a relationship with the manager. So when they say when King come over here, that's it. Give him whatever he want, because they know he gonna do what he say.
I think my generation, we play like we have that power.
Okay, yeah, it's different.
Like, we don't have that.
It's different. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Man.
I think we have to showboat some stuff. Mr. Pullum said both sides will learn so much.
Both sides will. Oh yeah, absolutely with that one. Yeah, Pull. No doubt.
And I also think daughters teach men moments. Like, be right here. Because I think y'all are so 4, 5, 6 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And then as we grow, we're like, hey, daddy, like, I'm here. Right. And you have to snap like,
oh yeah,
okay, because if I don't, she gonna spaz out. So it's damage control on both sides. You know, I don't know. I will say specifically for my father, because he's so far ahead of the plan. Sometimes I have to say like, hello, we're here, like right here,
right
in this moment,
yeah,
physically right now. So I think that's important too.
you are correct.
Yes. Okay. So I have a question.
Go ahead.
And
Go with
I'll
your
allow
question.
my technology.
All right.
When you were younger, what type of father did you want to be? Like in your Benjamin Button mind,
Right.
because you were an old soul when you were
Yeah, I
younger.
was.
What did it look like to you when you had your seeds? And did it change?
No. It's what I wanted it to be. I tried to get as close to what I envisioned back then as I could. So I just said I wanted to always be available. I wanted to be free to give you whatever I wanted to give you with limitations. Not I wanted to say no because it was no, not no because I couldn't. I wanted to make sure that I prepared you to walk outside my door and deal with the world. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just about me being your father. It was about you growing up to be my daughter, loving your father. It was a two-way revolving door for me. The relationship was about reciprocation, not just okay, I'm your dad,
Right.
or oh, that's my daughter. It was the father-daughter relationship, and that's why we doing this right here. So for me, I got as close as I could, because you know when you don't have it, I didn't see the dynamics of people coming to the house at 15 years old. You let them in the house, and you weren't supposed to have them there, and then you stealing stuff, and then you breaking stuff, and then you get on my nerves, and you make sure. Okay, I'm back.
You had a moment.
Okay, yeah, that was it. Yeah, that's it.
You had a moment.
Yeah.
You, sir?
Oh man. So just for context, everyone, I have a 4-year-old daughter.
Who's adorable.
Who is, yeah, she's amazing. She's the best thing ever.
Yep, she got him.
I think for me, I don't know that I ever put too much thought into the type of father that I wanted to be. I think it felt like a natural, not saying like I just naturally came,
Right.
she came and I was just amazing father, but I feel like I had such a present father who was so diligent and intentional in how he raised me and my sister, that it felt like something that I didn't have to think of immediately. But I think when she came and she arrived, I remember just dropping down to my knees and crying, because I was happy that she was there, but it was also like this healthy fear too, because I knew that I was in charge of managing her into her beautiful adulthood that she's going to be. And so now my role as a parent and my thought process as a father has been more of being very intentional about being present, but also being thoughtful about the approach that I take in raising a beautiful young woman who I want to be able to excel and do some beautiful things. So lots of wisdom seeking. So I'm having a lot of conversations with Dee in the barbershop and the other men that come to the barbershop, talking to my father, talking to my mother, just asking a lot of questions. So if I had to say anything, I would say I'm just very inquisitive about my role as a father and making sure that I'm able to do that. And I'm curious to see what her thoughts are going to be as when she gets your age.
There you go.
Like what that's going to look
It's
like.
not gonna be what you think it is.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah,
It's gonna have a rough patch.
no doubt.
Yeah.
That's natural. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
A healthy relationship.
I think too, also as it evolved, I thought about the co-parent aspect of it too.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go into, I didn't go into, having the child thinking, oh, I'm gonna be a co-parent. Like
Right.
that wasn't my goal.
There you go. Exactly.
So I think that is something that's evolved before.
Wow.
I saw my parents who've been married they'll be 37 years this year, and that was the example that I saw set for me. So a lot of the evolution has been like, how do I be a great co-parent as well throughout this process?
There you go. Now that's big, y'all. Let's stop right there, because
Dynamics.
that so now it's more so with y'all generation than even mine, and it's bad in mine. I'm not saying it's better. We do need to look at that co-parenting. Y'all have to stay friends. Even when you have a child, good people, you have to stay friends. because it's for the child. You're not going to always be 17 if you had a child, or 21 or 25. You're going to evolve and you're going to grow, and the child is going to need y'all to be co-parents. So you got to be very careful about trying to destroy one another, because you are actually destroying your child. It's going to impact your child. You're not going to stay 25. You're not going to stay 30. You're going to grow. Your child going to graduate from high school. They're going to graduate from college. And hopefully, if you got more than one, then it's going to be even more dynamics in that. So that co-parenting, like he said, is big. That's huge. You got to understand you're not going to stay where you are. Your child is going to grow. So yeah, that's big.
And also notice things that are going on. So don't think that your child is not paying attention. Because they are. Yeah, I'm proud of them. So,
yes.
Yes, please be very intentional, especially what you share with your kids about the other person.
Right. Yeah.
Let's not try to skew perspectives. Make them lean to one side or
Don't do
the other.
Don't do it. Because the child going to figure it out.
And when they grow older, you're going to be like, dang. Because you're going to know naturally. It's going to come out. They're going to develop their own perspectives. They're going to learn. They're going to get out into the real world and talk to other people. And they're going to be able to form their own opinions. And when they do, there it is. There it is. Do you have any questions? Because I have my
What's
question.
your next question?
My next question is, let me see. Because I unlocked my phone. I have to be very intentional about that. When did you learn the concept of love? And then how to be an effective communicator? So we got two parts.
Okay, you want Kev to take that first one?
It doesn't. Whoever wants to answer first.
Ooh.
So like your first, like, this is like your first concept of love outside of
in an intimate relationship.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, my first concept.
Like when did you transition from that play stage to actually like I'm finna pursue
19.
her?
Me, because I was an old man. Yeah, I was, and I had a girlfriend at 19. I was in college, and it was just me and her. I wasn't with nobody else. I wasn't trying to do the most, So my concept of love was skewed because I thought she thought what I thought. I thought she felt what I felt, and I learned that you could be on an island by yourself.
And it don't work like that.
No, it don't work like that at all. So I learned that though. See, I'm thinking because I'm feeling it, she felt it, and she was born in the freezer. You know what I mean? She was really, really attractive. She was a lot older than me, and
That's
I found
a lot.
7 years.
Because you were 19.
7 years.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. So That at 19, yeah, that's, and she had skills with a Z.
Father.
No, not that. No. I'm talking. No, not that. No. I'm talking about game. I'm sorry. No, see, your man was in the gutter. You did that.
It's how you say it.
Okay, she had skills like. I'm sorry.
Because I'm taking it
Yeah,
as you being a man.
Okay, right. No. Right. I'm sorry.
Skills.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
with a Z.
So
and you're right. I was okay, y'all. I wasn't talking about the physical.
Thank you, Londa.
I don't need you, Londa. I don't need you, Londa.
Thank you. Because you would have went there with your daddy too. Because if I would have did it, he would have been like, his mind would have been like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
See?
So let's get back on track. Really back in. I wasn't talking about that, but thank you for clearing that up. Thank you for clearing that up. So
we're here.
it was skills. When I say the streets, she had game. Her brother was a hustler. Okay. Yeah, he was doing stuff he had no business, and he transferred that. You know what I'm saying, on down. So when I came up, I couldn't even imagine what it looks like for me to be in that situation. That was her older brother. So what he was teaching her, I couldn't imagine how he viewed me. He was laughing at me every time. He's like, man, she finna run through you like hot butter through a knife. You know what I mean? A knife through hot butter. So my concept of love came at 19. And you said my first concept of love and what else?
Communication.
How to be an effective communicator.
When did I learn that?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't learn how to be an effective communicator until I was 42. Effective. So you were saying?
As your daughter, I would agree.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that.
Now, I think it was a lot of times where that generational gap came in, like your childhood. You were exposing us to your childhood.
Right.
So on a daily basis, we were getting our childhood. So when it was that get in your face, it is what it is.
with my parents. If I was gonna say, like, that was my first concept
Okay.
of love, and it is gonna be, it's gonna be like so trivial but important to me in shaping how I view love. Is I remember if we were someplace together and both of them had drove for one reason or another, I don't know, both cars were there, he would always be intentional about following her. Like it was always
Like he had to be behind her.
He had to be behind her, so
Okay.
make sure she was safe. And I
love
remember the car, when the car had an issue, he was driving the car, and I'm a small child, but whenever there was something wrong with the car, he was driving the car that was messed up and making sure that she was driving the mechanically sound car. So it's just like, I think that's my first concept of love, being a selfless act and caring for the person that you love. I think as an adult, all of those things, like growing up and seeing that model for me rang true, but actually putting it into action is different. Like, hey, being in a relationship, being 19, 20, 21, whatever, that puppy love thing that you hear about, that was different. Actually going into action for it. The communication piece, I still haven't gotten that yet. And so, like, man, you say 40, like, I'm 32, I'll be 33 in May. I still haven't gotten the communication piece. Like, I know what effective communication looks like. Yeah. I know what it should look like. I know how to do it. Right. But when I'm communicating with someone who doesn't have that, then it's almost like it just pulls you down. It pulls you right down into a place of ineffective communication.
Yeah,
it's easier it's easier to
oh boy.
Yeah, to hop on
you
that
gotta get
bandwagon. Yeah,
dumb it down. They call it.
And you don't have to though, and I think that's the piece of it. Like, I don't want to have to. But it's like, it feels easier. You know, it's like, dang, I can. Yeah. You know, you're a poor communicator, and I hear it's easier for me to do that than to model effective communication, and that's the piece I need to get.
I think your daughter will probably teach you that.
Oh yeah.
As she gets older.
Absolutely.
Just saying, 'cause I'm a daughter. It happens. Well, you kind of answered this question, Kevin. What type of dad? I'm talking to you. What type of male examples did you have when you were younger? So if you could put them in 3 categories, you had a fatherhood example, you had a street example, and then you had, I guess, your player example.
Okay, let them know we're gonna extend it tonight. We just gonna roll.
Yeah,
we're rolling tonight. We're gonna go fast over this hour.
Honestly, I wasn't gonna stop.
This is up. So Kara pulled up on us. We got to do something special tonight.
Oh wait, we gotta do the.
That's the dance. That's the dance.
Yeah. That's...
All right.
The whoa.
The whoa.
Well,
okay.
See, he knew it, and I didn't.
That's what it is. I know how to do it. I knew what it was. I did.
He probably heard it in the morning. Like, oh, what?
I never seen it before. Never heard of it in my life. Okay. Kara was answering. I'm sorry.
No, I wouldn't answer.
Oh, you went? Oh,
it was me first, because he kind of.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He kind of answered it with
go
his
ahead.
parents.
Come back with that again. I'm sorry.
So, what were your examples of men when you were growing up?
Ooh, from like.
So, like, what type of male examples did you have when you were?
So
young?
my uncles were huge. They were huge. Different
basement.
Characters. Yeah.
That basement.
Yeah. It was so our family was a little different. Everybody, so it was the Solomons. So everybody wanted to be like, they call us the Sows. So we used to throw, like, we get together and it would just become a party. Like, we didn't try to throw a party. Yeah. It was just so many of us living so close together. Like Kara pulled up, like it happened. Yeah. Like it could be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's what it was. Yeah. So when we did that, a lot of people came over and we just somebody go to the store, get a case of beer. Somebody go to the store, get some meat. Somebody go and just keep on going. Then we have a full thing, and we never tried to do that. So that was my example of men, like, coming up. Just, they were all athletes, respected in the neighborhood. Then when we were coming up, because we were Saul's, nephews, we got respect in the hood. So
Street
so and then you had to hold that up too, because you're gonna get tested. Oh. You did. So they used to beat us up. Like literally, they'd cut the lights out in the basement and just, like, you see the blue lights, like Batman, like bing, like they did that for real. Like, they beat us up.
Your family?
Yes.
Okay,
my
just
uncles.
be specific.
My uncles.
Because you said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. My uncles. Yes.
Okay.
My uncles would literally just beat us up because it toughens you up. And then I was in the 8th, 7th grade, and one of the dudes from the projects, I knew his uncle, he knew my uncles, and we played basketball in the projects, and he tried it, and then we was cool because he didn't keep trying it. But I was glad that they did what they did. So that was my example of, men when I was coming up. So then when I got a little older, when you came along, most of my friends were like 40 to 70 when I was 25. So I was seeking that mature wisdom. So that's why I was like an old soul. I was an old man, way before my time. So that's why I just like to sit at home and chill out. Cause yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay. You had your father. Did you have like uncles, friends?
Father, my father's friends. I think I saw a lot of different examples of the type of man through my father's friends, just being around them. And even through that, like he was intentional about putting voice to like who they were, why they were great, but also who they were. Like, you know, this is the player, this is the
Okay, right. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's it. It's that.
And my uncles, I wasn't around my uncles a whole lot. And then in high school, most of them passed, whether it be health or something else. So I wasn't around. I had one uncle, my Uncle BT, Uncle Burl. He ended up living to be like 86 years old, and was married twice. But his last wife, they were married 40 plus years, and he was World War One. I mean, he was it one or two, probably two. World War II. Yeah, World War II. And he modeled a lot like what it was to be a man. The street stuff, I never had to like, you know, it's crazy. I didn't have to figure out.
Street cred.
Figure out the street cred. I didn't have to
That's
show
what's
street
up.
cred. So I was
That's what's
I was at TSU.
That's what's up.
I love it.
What's up?
The Tennessee State University.
just
Let's
did-
be specific.
I didn't have to. I didn't. It wasn't. You know, like I grew up.
I can see it.
You know, I
Like,
grew up.
because I know you. Like, I can just see kind of that moment, like how that happened.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I grew up until I was like 11. You know, I grew up in the hood in Louisville, Kentucky, called the West End, and
Okay.
you know, but like even then, like my neighborhood was, you know, you had times when people mess with you, or whatever,
Yeah.
like look,
Anybody
cheese type
trying
type stuff. But
yeah.
it was a family, man. Like I can think of like all of the folks I grew up with in that neighborhood, and then we moved to the suburbs. There wasn't nobody coming outside for real. Like it was weird.
It was
Always being
sheltered.
outside and then going to the suburbs, and only, you know, maybe some folks playing basketball, but none of them were like no street people. It was like we in the suburbs, you know. We do
And
play
no real street
basketball,
cred.
ride bikes, the Family Dollar, you know, play video games, whatever. That was it. But TSU, you know, that was different. You had
I had a different
straight
TSU
from all walks of life.
Oh, yeah, for
Memphis,
sure.
Detroit,
Oh, yeah.
Chicago, my floor,
New York,
Fort Watson,
DC,
I had everybody.
everybody. Yeah,
I
man.
love it.
Yeah.
Memphis, Detroit. It was an interesting experience for sure. But I think I always just got along with folk too, so I ain't never put myself in a position to have to do that because I stayed out the way.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
You
done.
got any questions, Daddy?
Yes. This is you ain't care.
Okay.
We back in the time machine. You can go back to any time in the history of the world, and you could leave something that will help you in today. You can go back 2,000 years, 50 years, but it's going to help you today. So you will leave something in that time that you could go back and you know it would evolve and help you today.
Oh.
What would you leave? And what time would you go to? So first, what time would you go to, and what would you leave? So let's say you could go to the pyramids and leave the secrets to the pyramids, right? And then you would go back there and be like, oh yeah, I left this for myself, and you could show the world, hypothetically. Where would you go, and what would you do?
All right, cousin Jimmy Parker's with us. Hello.
Oh yeah, what's going on? What's up, Jim?
That is a very
Yes.
good question.
You have to, now Kev gonna do good on this one.
Of course he is.
He's gonna
So,
do good.
I'm
on this.
gonna let you go first.
Oh,
You don't know?
I'm gonna let you go because he's our
So
guest.
I would go, okay,
No, go ahead. You go first.
I would go to the pyramids and leave the secrets to the hieroglyphs, to the stuff that they not telling us, and I would show the world that, because there are connections to things in the solar system that we're not privy to. It's so much information that they're hiding. So that's what I would do. I would leave those secrets. How did they move those 100-ton tombs in those small corridors? There's no way you can lift them. There's no way. So I would tell you how that's done. Yeah.
I think I would probably go back to not too long ago.
All right.
But I would go back to like Black Wall Street time.
Okay. All right.
Right, to see like the economic power that we had.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And figure out
That community.
how do you replicate that community and that's economic empowerment, especially during that time. Like now, of course, we did facing all kinds of
Yeah.
BS too. That time it looked different, and
That's true.
see how we can replicate that today.
I think, but so let's just say we had the blueprint, right? Let's say you gave us the blueprint today, right? You sat down with the wisest elders from that time, the best financial minds. The disconnect is the loyalty, the respect, and the communalism of today. We so disconnected, you know, and I think that's where the problem would come in. If you try to implement that strategy, but you take out the ideology, you take out the behavioral structure of how you execute that. That's probably how.
I think I agree with that. I also think it's the why we go back and get that and replicate it is I think we don't believe in our ability to do it. Like it creates that that division is there, but I think it adds to it. Like there's this, we don't have the efficacy of the esteem to be able to do it because we don't always believe that it's possible to go out here and build a Black Wall Street at this point. So you know, that's one of the reasons I would replicate it as well. I just don't think that we believe it's possible.
Question: What percentage of your generation you think believe is really possible? Like, would go after it and say this is possible? Just throw something out there. What you think? That'd be interesting.
I think there's a lack of knowledge about it. One.
Okay.
I think that contributes to it.
Oh yeah, no.
I think if we knew, like, it existed not just like from a surface level, like the power of it, right? And how powerful Black Wall Street was.
Because they started trading over in Africa. That was another.
Taught that.
No.
The impact that.
Yeah. Most old school people don't know that.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was really the biggest problem.
Not only Black Wall Street, but like Marcus Garvey, for example.
Yes, sir.
Like the stuff
Absolutely.
that he did. Like,
yeah.
if you
The currency thing was real.
Yeah, like just, but percentage wise, I think that division thing will come back into play. I would say a good 25%.
But we really believe it's possible and go after it. Okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, I would probably say, I would say that. Miss Rita on? Hey, Rita.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I like that.
Okay.
So you would leave the blueprints for the Black Wall Street community. Okay, and you would.
I would go back to the 70s.
And what would you leave for
The
yourself?
family unit. Like no matter what, at the end of the day, family is family. Respect is respect. It was no gray areas. If you had a falling out with your cousin, you settled it. It wasn't no beef on Instagram or social media.
No. Grandma would have lit a fire.
That's what I'm saying. So like you had that, you know, like I would have a blueprint for, I would just specifically for the 70s, I would just say the grandparents. Because they were literally anything that they said got done. It wasn't questioned. Like one of the Clipperdome Chronicles videos is power over possession. Women had power.
Yes.
Like I can't pick up the phone right now and get 5 of my friends in this room right now, and they'd be like, "Oh, we mind calling them? We gotta go." Right. It's gonna be like, "Oh, girl," it's gonna be excuses.
I'm asleep. My phone was off. Yeah. All that.
Telling me she not with the dude that I know she with. You know, that kind of stuff. So I would leave the blueprint for family.
Okay.
That piece, because it was a lot.
All right. There you
Especially for the Black community. I think that was a really pivotal.
Okay.
So you gotta go.
Oh yeah. So I got to do it.
This man went into another room so he could wear his
A&M is in the house, baby. Y'all just can't do that. Y'all can't do that.
It doesn't. What you
Y'all
mean?
just can't do that in the house. Okay, so we want you to take this. We want you to test this. We want you to try this. Take it to the barber shop or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job or take it to the church.
Trash.
This is the Clipperdome Chronicles.
That's trash, baby. I knew you was watching something.